Medical marijuana is expanding in Ohio.
Right now, there are hundreds of potential business owners just waiting to see if they will receive one of 73 dispensary licenses that are up for grabs. Medical marijuana growth is our big story today.
There are currently 1,456 applications pending. Those business owners filed applications to take part in a statewide lottery. The lottery determined a rank for the competitors vying for a license to open and operate a dispensary.
So here's how it breaks down. There are actually 4 separate districts across the state of Ohio. You can see them here in the different colors. And there are 73 new licenses that will be granted. Now, each district has a specific number of dispensary licenses that are actually up for grabs. So let's take a closer look at this whole thing. Here is Northwest Ohio. You can see all of the counties in this area and where they fall within this mini district. And here's how many Northwest Ohio is receiving. 10 dispensary licenses will be awarded. Those licenses then broken down, as I mentioned, by all the different areas that you see here in the colors.
Here's a breakdown of the numbers in our area. 262 applicants are competing for the 10 dispensary licenses. The greater Toledo area had the largest number of applicants, coming in at 70.
So what's next? We have Sharon Martin-Moore with the Ohio Board of Pharmacy with us today. So what's the vetting process for the applicants that won the lottery?
So we had a drawing a few weeks ago, and that slated the order of how the applications will be reviewed. Now that the drawing order has been set, they will be sent through our team of reviewers who will look to ensure that each applicant has met all of the requirements. So, for example, they have to be 500 feet from certain locations. They need to have sufficient assets. They need to have explained to us exactly how they're going to be able to get their dispensary up and running.
So how soon will people know if they then will receive this dispensary license?
We don't have an exact date yet as to when we will be announcing the issuance of the new dispensary licenses. We are trying to vet them as carefully and thoroughly, but as quickly as we can.
And what role do local governments play here? Do they need to actually sign off on the dispensaries as well, or can they block these business owners from opening?
Yes, each applicant had to submit a zoning approval form from their local zoning official that states that they are able to locate a dispensary there. And if they are required to get a special license for that from the locality, that they have either applied for that or they would be eligible to receive one.
Do you anticipate that we will see another license application process in the future and another potential lottery, or is this it for now?
Well, under our rules, we are required to review every 2 years to determine if there is a need for additional licenses based on the number of patients, the locations, things like that. So we'll try to get through this licensing process first, but we will once again review it in another 2 years to see if additional licenses are needed.
All right. Well, thank you, Sharon, so much for being with us this afternoon.
Thank you.
Marijuana is the big talk of Sylvania today. Residents have the chance to voice their opinions tonight about the possibility of a medical marijuana dispensary there. A special use permit application has been filed for the facility, and it's on the 5500 block of West Alexis. That is near Monroe and Whiteford. A public hearing is scheduled for tonight at 7 o'clock at Council Chambers. Sylvania City Council will decide whether or not to approve a permit at a later date. But we'll have a live preview starting on Action News at 5.
Now, keep in mind, this is medical marijuana. Pot is not recreational here in Ohio, but it is legal in Michigan, Washington, D.C., and 17 other states. But there is a bill on the table, and it's aiming to change that. The Coalition to Regulate Marijuana Like Alcohol submitted more than 136,000 signatures as part of what they call an initiated statute process. Now, that proposal allows for the possession of up to 2.5 ounces of marijuana or 15 grams of marijuana extract. Ohioans could even grow their own at home. According to the Secretary of State, Frank LaRose, that bill is now headed to the Ohio General Assembly. Lawmakers have 4 months to pass the bill as it is, amend it, or simply ignore it. Now, if the coalition does not like the outcome, that can actually go back and gather another 133,000 signatures to place the item on the general election ballot.
If Ohio legalizes marijuana this year, it will go against the governor's wishes. Last month, Governor Mike DeWine stated multiple times during a Zoom interview with the Columbus Dispatch he was opposed to legalizing marijuana. He
called the idea, quote, ridiculous, and added that it would cause more problems for people across the state. Now, Governor DeWine did, however, say he is willing to consider a proposal in the Ohio General Assembly that would loosen the rules when it comes to medical